So this is a fanfiction idea I literally came up with today, and I was like, I have to do this video because it was just too much fun not to think about, not to do it. And that is literally another three-way crossover between Owl House, Helluva Boss, and, shockingly, the Phantom of the Opera. So yeah, this is not the first. The first one actually was with Helluva Boss and Owl House in there. It's kind of weird how a Helluva Boss could easily, like, I've said it before, if Helluva Boss was allowed to, they would fit so seamlessly into the Owl House. But that's never going to happen, sadly. But you do know Dana Terrence would definitely call Vivzy and be like, hey, can I use the characters from Helluva Boss for an episode? Thanks. Of course, the mouse will never allow that. So, anyway, so let's get started with this. So let's get into this crossover, because you're probably wondering, okay, I get Owl House, I get Helluva Boss. Where does Phantom of the Opera fall into any of this? Hang on, this will all make sense. So basically, what this is that on the Boiling Isles, they're basically, like, it's just a day at the Owl House where Ida, King, and Luz are going through, like, they're basically cleaning out, says that since Ida can't sell any of her new, any human products or human stuff from Earth, she's basically trying to clean out what she can and get anything she can out of anything she's been stocking up, like the real good stuff, save it, and then she could, like, spend it in, like, just to get money she can. So they're trying to find every human item she's been holding on to. Well, Luz, while digging around, finds a mask. And if you're guessing, yes, this is the Phantom of the Opera's mask. This is Eric's mask. And she's like, oh, cool, because she knows that this was based off of a play and there was a book. And she's like, she's showing King this and is like, isn't this fun? And puts on the mask. The problem is that the mask is possessed. So the moment she puts the mask on, she gets a connection to Eric's spirit. And it starts, like, the more she starts wearing the mask, it's like, it's not like it's stuck to her face, it's more like she can take it off and put it back on, but the more she puts it back on, the more, like, the phantom spirit, like, moves in and starts taking more and more control of her body. Meanwhile, down in hell, IMP has been given a mission to find the Phantom's mask. It turns out that when Luz put the mask on, Eric's spirit, which is in hell, because why is he in hell? He didn't do anything wrong. He killed like 5 people. Let it go. He probably killed more than 5 people. But like, yeah, you don't like. I don't care how lovesick you are, dude. You're still you murdered a bunch of people. Your ass is still going to hell. Anyway, so Eric employs the Blitz and the others to find his mask and bring it to him. So he wants to get his mask back, and he feels that connection with the body. Like he knows there's someone taking it over, and they're basically like, so why can't you just take over the body fully? And he's like, that you don't understand. What's left in that mask is like all my anger and all my pain and all of that. So it's all like the worst elements of me that didn't go to hell. Like it's like a psychic impression. So it's like literally, if you think I deserve to be in hell, imagine if that dark half was still, like that other half was still up there. So instead of killing someone, Blitz is like, alright, it's a recovery mission. Alright, let's go up there. And he's like, wait a minute, you should know it's not on Earth. He's like, what? Blitz is like, what? It's not on Earth. And he's like, well, where the hell is it? It's a place called Boiling Isles. See, Eric explains to Blitz that what happened after everything with the opera house burning to the ground. Eric did escape, but however, he went deeper into the catacombs of Paris, and he encountered Titan blood, which was, he did encounter like a bleeding through, because remember, Ida's mom did say that there is like weak barriers between Earth and the Boiling Isles. So Eric, when he was escaping the fire and deeper into the French catacombs, he actually encountered one of these weak points, and fell through. Like, he fell through and ended up on the Boiling Isles, and he ended up staying there. He was like, he could take his mask off, people would not judge him, and people even thought he was a demon. Like, they thought he was a monster or something, and, like, accepted him, and he grew old and died there, on the Boiling Isles. Before it, like, this was the era before the Emperor took over. Long before. So his body is still on the Boiling Isles, and that negative energy connected to the mask is still there. So, yeah, they have to... So, and they're like, well, how the hell do we get there? We can go to Earth, we don't know how to get there. So Blitz really has to do some gymnastics with Stolas to use a special grimoire to go to the Boiling Isles. However, it's not the grimoire they used to go to Earth. It's more like, it turns out that Stolas has an acolyte on the Boiling Isles that he does check in on because she worships him. It's Ida. Yeah, Ida worships Stolas. Because, yeah, the whole owl connection. So, yeah, Stolas sends IMP to the Boiling Isles. Meanwhile, while this is going on, Luz is being more and more aggressive. She's being more consumed by the mask, writing music and stuff like that, and is projecting that love that Eric had for Christine onto Amity. So when shit hits the fan, she's gone Luz has gone full crazy, and long story short, IMP, the imps have to team up with the rest of the Owl House crew to basically save Luz before she gets consumed and becomes fully the Phantom. So, and more or less, Moxie comes up with a plan because Luz runs off. So Moxie comes up with a plan like, okay, if she's connected to the opera, then we'll make our own opera to bring her to us. So Moxie and Rain team up and create like a huge stage show, and basically what they do is basically set up like a rock version of the Phantom of the Opera with the song Phantom of the Opera, and Amity is singing the parts and attracts Luz to her, like brings Luz to her. And I really wanted to have like as a fun added thing was that Blitz, Moxie, Millie, and Luna are playing as a metal band, but they're all dressed like the Nameless Ghouls from Ghosts. They're all wearing like the Nameless Ghoul mask as they're playing. Also, to note that Luz is Luz when she gets possessed by the Phantom, when she puts on the costume, it's more like it's like a Dia de los Muertos. A Day of the Dead. I was trying to be respectful and say it in Spanish, but sorry. A Day of the Dead kind of rendition of the Phantom of the Opera, where it's kind of like almost like a matador with like a sugar. She's painted like a sugar skull kind of etching onto the mask. So it's more like closer from. It's divergent from France and more like a more Spanish, very like closer to her culture. So there is like a piece of Luz still to show that there is still like a piece of Luz in there. So, Luz and Amity sing Phantom of the Opera. They managed to, along with Ida's help, they managed to pull the mask off of her. She gets back to normal, and they take the and IMP takes the mask back to hell to give to Eric. So there you go, just a fun three-way crossover between the two. So, I don't know. Like I said, I thought of this story today, and I was just like, you know what? I want to just do a fun video. So, there you go. Fun fan fiction idea. So, you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story? Like it, hate it, comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this. Please click a link to link below to my Patreon. I always appreciate the help. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.